Okay, good day everyone. Okay, today I'm gonna teach you how you can connect the database into your Visual Basic form. So the first thing that we need to do is to check the database that we uh, created in the Visual here in the Visual Data Manager. So we created the database and the table, and we saved in desktop. So we need to check the desktop if the database is there. So here in your desktop, you need to go to your desktop and look for the profile database. So as you can see here, I have a profile database that I created in the video. So if you are finished doing the part 4, which means you have already this database. And the name is PROFILE.mdb. So now have a look at how we can connect this database in Visual Basic form. So the first thing is we need to initialize two variables that will hold the database connection. Okay, here, initialize two variables that will hold the database connection and the record set connection. So the database is the profile.mdb and the record set is the table, the profile table that we created inside the Visual Database Manager. So in your project, under View menu, select Code, and at the top, type the following code. So here is how we can initialize the database connection and how we can initialize the record set. So we need to insert this code into the form, into the code. Okay, how can we do this? Let's copy this code, copy these two code, and then go to your you go to view and then code. So here I am here already. Okay, I will move to object, to the design view, and here the instruction is in your project, under view menu, select code, at the top type the following code. So here under view menu, select code. So here we will add the two, this to initialize first the database connection. So dim con as new ADODB.Connection. So I will copy and then I will paste here at the top near the string variable that we initialize first. So we give a name con to the Adobe database connection, the ADODB.Connection. So this is the name of the connection, con, C-O-N. And now we need to initialize the connection of the record set. So here, we need to copy this also and then move here. Okay, below the database connection. So here we said dim rs as new ADODB.Recordset. So rs is the name of our record set, and con is the name of our database connection. Okay, again, we have two connection here, the database connection and the record set connection. And now that we are finished initializing the connection, so we will open this con and rs, the ADODB connection and the ADODB.Recordset. And we will open this inside the form load. So when we open the form, the connection will be open. When we open the form, the connection will open also. So here in our code, let's say here in the, I will move to object. And then here at the space provided, you need to double click. And here at the, you can see private sub form load, which means when you open the form, okay, we will also open the connection. And here is the code on how you can open the connection. So here, open the database connection. We need to open the connection to the database file name profile. So this is the database that is saved in the desktop, the profile.mdb. And here is the code. You can see the name of the database connection is con. So that we give them a name. And then here is the code. con.Open. Provider is the Microsoft Jet ADODB 4.0. Okay, the source is, so in your desktop, you can look for the location of your database. This is different from your computer because this is the location in my computer. In your desktop, the location is different, but the name of the database is the same. So if you give them a name profile.mdb, okay, you can check the location by going to your desktop, and then here at the database that we created, you can right click here in your computer and then go to properties, and then here you can see the location of your database. So you need to copy this, and then here is the name of your database. Okay, this is the location and this is the name of the database. So you need to copy the location. So if you select it, right click, copy, and then here. Okay, first I will copy this connection to the form load. I will copy this, Control C to copy, and then here I will paste by using Control V. And then here you need to change because in your computer the location is different. Okay, again I will go to the desktop, and then here right click, properties, and then look for the location. You need to copy this and then Control C to copy, and then go to the form load and then edit this location. So here in my computer, I will edit this until here before the name of the database And then Control B, or you can use paste. You can use your mouse paste. And then the name of the database. So I give the name profile.mdb. So now I already open the connection to the database in my computer. So now you can also do this in your own computer. Okay, always remember, do not copy this because in your computer, maybe the name is not the same as. Look for just what I did and then copy the location. Now I will open the record set. Next is the record set, the table that we created in the Visual Database Manager. So here is the code. Again, what is the name of the record set? rs. So here we said rs.Open. Okay, I will copy first and then I will explain there inside the code. Then here I will paste here. You said rs, which means this name, rs, which is the name of the record set, .Open. And then here we say select asterisk, which means the word asterisk means all. Select all from profile, which means that the name of the table. Okay? Not the name of the database. Okay? This is the name of the table. Because now that the database connection is open, we can also open the table inside of it. And we have only one table, which is named profile. So I will open the record set of this profile table. So this is the code on how you can open the record set of a profile table. Select means you will select all the records from this profile table. So now this code open the connection from the database profile.mdb and then open the record set or the table. So all the records is now open. The connection is now open and we can now ready to manage and do some manipulation of the records. Let's say you want to add records, you want to delete, you want to edit, you want to search. So you can do it now because the database and the record set is already open. So now that the record set is open, let's do how we can do when we open the form here. When we open the form, when we open the form, if there is a record, I want to display the first record. And then when I click add, so the records will disappear. And then I can type and I can enter a record. So this is the design of our form. If there is a record, the first record will appear. So how can we do that? So here in the form load, again, when we open the form, I want the first record to display here. And then when I click add, so all the records of the first record will disappear. And then I can type a new record. we will do this now. So here, I will show it to you. So this is in the form table. We will check. We will check first. We will make a check. So if rs, which means the record set, which means the table, .bof. So BOF means beginning of file. So which means if the rs is in the beginning of file, then which means if there is no record, which means if you say rs.bof, you are in the beginning of the record. So if this is true, then you don't have record inside. Or if this is not true, you can display the record. That is the logic of this. If rs.bof is true, which means the record set is in the beginning of the file, the beginning of the table, which means this is true. So nothing will happen. But if the record set is not on the beginning of file, which means you have a record inside. So what we will do is we will display the record starting from the StudentNumber.Text. Where is the StudentNumber.Text? I will show you this one. We will move to the design view. This is the record StudentNumber.Text that I want you to. StudentNumber.Text, which is this one. You see, the name is student number, and the property .text. So you said here, so this is, we are referring to this text box, StudentNumber.Text is equal to the record set student number, which is this one. So if you have a record, let's say here, I will open the profile table, which is the record set, rs, and then the alias is student number. So if there is a record here, this will display the record in the form because we have a record. So the content of this table, this student number will move here, will display here. That is the logic of that, which means StudentNumber.Text is equal to rs, and then the alias, which means this one, alias student number, which means the record here will display here. So that is the logic of that. And then the next line, StudentName.Text. Okay, it is the same. This is the student name. You can see the name is in the properties StudentName.Text, which is the properties, which means this one is equal to rs student name. So if there's a record here, will be transferred here. until we finish all the records, until we finish, until if there is a photo also, we will be transferred in there. So let's make a test. So I will show you how you can this happen. Okay, but first I will copy all the code in the form load. So this will included in the form load when we open the form. Okay, I will copy and then I will put here. You see, during the form load, private sub form load, when you open the form, the connection of the database will open, the record set will open, and then there will be a check. If the record set is on the beginning of file, which means no record inside, so if this is true, then nothing will happen. Just like this one, no records will be you can see no records if on the beginning of file. If this is true, then there's no record. Then if this is not true, you can see records inside of it. Okay, let's do the test by putting some data inside of this table. Okay, again, I will open the Visual Database Manager, Visual Data Manager, and then I will open the database. You can see here, File, Open, then you can see Microsoft Access, because this is a Microsoft Access database. And then what is the name of the database? Profile. Okay, here we will make a check. And then we will open this profile table, which is the record set. And then we will add one record here. Let's see if this record, when we open the Visual Basic form, will display there. So we will check. Okay, I will make student number 1547. Okay, let's say Ratchanon. Then male. And then let's say Prathom 1. Birth date 12 20 21. Okay, address Patumtani. Okay, phone number is 10 digit. So I format the phone number just like this. We have 10 digit phone number, 3 dash and 3 numbers dash, 3 numbers dash, and then 4 numbers. Okay, and here in the photo, since this is a file name, okay, we will check first one records here. Okay, we will display this record. Okay, this one. You can see I have a records in this. I will right click, then go to properties, and then copy this location, select, and then copy, and then move to the Visual Data Manager, and then here paste the address, and then what is the name of the you can see here, Arisa. So arisa.jpg. Okay, we need to include the extension of the photo, arisa.jpg, because we are filtering only JPG files and JPEG files. So arisa.jpg. Okay, here we move again. I will type arisa.jpg. And then if you're finished, okay, you can click update. So now that we have records inside, so during the check here, as I said, when you open the form, we will check the record set if there is a record. So if rs is in the BOF, which means BOF means beginning of file. BOF, beginning of file, which means at the beginning of file, which means if rs.BOF is true, which means you don't have record inside because you are still at the beginning of the record set. And if it is not true, then you should display the record. That is happened here. We display the content of the record set into this StudentNumber.Text. We transfer the record of this record set into the StudentNumber.Text. Okay, let's make a check. Okay, let's save and then play. You can see we have the record inside. That is why the check is false. This is not true because we are not in the beginning of file. We have record, so we will display the record, which means the first record in the record set. That's happened there. Okay, but if rs.BOF is true, then nothing will happen. You can add a record. But if it is not true, we will display the record. The first record will be displayed. Okay, and this is how we can open the connection. We can initialize the con and then the rs. We open the database connection. We open the record set connection. And then during the load of the form, when you open the form, we make a quick check in the record set. If there is a record, then we will display the record. If not, then we can add a record. Now here I will delete this to make it very clear for you. If I delete this record, then you open the form, then you will not see any record. That is the logic here. Okay, let's say I will delete this. So we don't have record there anymore. So when I open again this, so you will see we don't have records anymore, and we can add records. But first we need to do the add button before we can add a record inside. Okay, and this is how we can do that simple logic in Visual Basic. See you on the next part on how we can add records, how we can move to next, previews, delete, save, update, move to first record, move to last record, and how we can close the record. Thank you and see you again next time. Goodbye.